Hello and good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. It's day 3 of the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament here in Turin. And we're getting ready to watch Mexico and Greece in a battle for first place in Group A. And the Greek fans are kind of drifting in here into the city of Turin as you get to the latter part of this tournament, bringing the Greek flag. It's a country that has certainly made its mark in international basketball over the years. We're starting off today Mexico-Greece, and then a do-or-die battle between Croatia and Tunisia. The winner of that game will finish second in Group B and face the winner of this first game between Mexico and Greece in the first semifinal. So I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Lloyd Gardner, and as we see the Group A table, Greece and Mexico each beating Iran, so they're 1-0. And I think anybody that watched those two games would have to agree that Greece will be big favorites in this game. They pretty much handled Iran, Mexico, leaving it very late to win that game yesterday. And of course, all of this is about getting to the Olympics. You have to win the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament to get to the Rio de Janeiro games. There are 3 Olympic qualifying tournaments. There's another one in Belgrade, Serbia. There's also an OQT down in Manila, the Philippines. So Lloyd, here we are. It's day 3, and we think that we know pretty much. We suspect this is down to 3 teams, but maybe Mexico will surprise us. But certainly Croatia are good. We know that Italy are good. Those 2 teams have a real chance to win this, and we know that Greece have a real chance to win it. Yeah,
well, those 3 teams played great games. Greece looked exceptional on opening night in defeating Iran. But you've got to remember it was Iran. With all due respect to them, they're not one of the powerhouse nations. And Mexico didn't play their best yesterday, but Greece can't overlook this Mexico team. You know, they have a very talented roster, Greece, and the questions I have are on the Mexico side. They are without Gustavo Ayon. It leaves a big hole in the middle for them. You know, the combo of Barousis and Kostas Goufas on the inside for Greece is going to cause them real problems. But I'm going to be interested to see, you know, the guard battle between the two teams. Mexico rely on their 3 guards, as we see Paul Stoll, one of those guards, coming out onto the floor to do all of their creativity pretty much. You know, they create a lot of the offense, they score a lot of the points, and now, you know, they played a good game against Iran. They came through when they were needed, but now they're going against the guards of Greece, who are a big step ahead of those from Iran.
Yeah, we're impressed. We're impressed certainly by the Greek guards, Kalathis, Atheneu. We know all about Manjadas. But we were impressed yesterday by Gutierrez, especially. He really came out and really kind of grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck, or at least tried to, for Mexico. And we're also obviously impressed by Paco Cruz, who we could talk about later, and wondering why he doesn't start. But in any event, we're going to have the playing of the national anthems now, Greece and then Mexico. So Sergio Valdiomillos, the coach of Mexico for several years from Spain. Don't forget he coached them to the 2013 FIBA Americas Championship title, a big, huge moment in Mexican basketball history. And they also went to the World Cup the next year, and then they hosted the FIBA Americas Championship last year. And here they are having some success this year at the Olympic qualifying tournament. And maybe they'll surprise us today. And the referees, Jorge Vasquez from Puerto Rico, Milivoje Jovic from Serbia, and from Ukraine, Boris Shulga. But Greece also, many a famous moment over the years. Eurobasket 2005, upsetting the United States. 1996, obviously European champions 30 years ago as well. So it's a passionate following that they have for Greece, and they don't mind putting on the traditional Greek clothing when they come to these games. Here's the roster.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an embarrassment of riches, really, for the Greek team, especially considering, you know, the retirements and the losses they have. But for me, the three key players in this game, Kalaitis, Antetokounmpo, and Paparoglou, the three guys who will start in the backcourt, Kalaitis, Paparoglou, and Antetokounmpo as well. They'll be the ones that take the guards of Mexico. And
starting with Agravanis, kind of a statement of...
I don't think they got a lot out of him in the last game. He didn't play particularly well. Him and Paparoglou, who started the first game, are very much interchangeable. There is the young
Haralambopoulos, yeah. He hasn't played much. You think with Agravanis, Katsikaris thinks, I need to get him in the flow?
Maybe. As we look at Mexico, I think it could be that, you know, those two are very interchangeable. I don't think it's going to make a big difference to their roster. So instead about the guards for Greece, for Mexico, Paul Stoll, Jorge Gutierrez, and then also Paco Cruz. Those three are the three to keep an eye on. They've got to try and win that battle.
So now Paco Cruz is in the starting lineup, and Paul Stoll and Gutierrez comes out of the starting lineup. Unless we've got a mistake here. Toscano stays in, Hector Hernandez, and Lorenzo Mata.
Yeah, Hector Hernandez had a great centro basket. I'm sure we'll talk about that during the campaign. You know, they just lost out to Puerto Rico just a couple of weeks ago. Hernandez averaged 16.5 points a game, was the leading scorer in that tournament. Yesterday didn't have a great start to the qualifying event here in Italy, had just 5 points.
So Paco Cruz on the left and Giannis Antetokounmpo on the right. And I mean, we know all about Antetokounmpo, what he does. He's so long, he's just improving, his career's taken off. He can do a little bit of everything. I mean, that was in 19 minutes the other day. Whereas Paco Cruz was quite interesting because, you know, he wasn't really having that much of a prominent role, and came out and really took over the game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get into the game at all. Was a non-factor throughout the first half and even the third quarter. It wasn't until the fourth he made a couple of big baskets early on, and then that was it. He just kind of exploded from there. This is a guy going back to the 2014 World Cup when Gustavo Ayllón was on the team for Mexico. I felt like he was their best player in the first round in Gran Canaria. You know, do-it-all guard. He can shoot. He can break people down. He can pass as well off the dribble. But as you mentioned, you know, everybody knows Antetokounmpo, and there's a reason for that, because he's a fantastic player and he's a fantastic defender, and he's probably going to have that matchup.
But interesting that Gutierrez is not in the starting five. And maybe because he played a lot of minutes yesterday, maybe coach just wants to pace him.
Yeah, I mean, those three guys are a nice combo. Gutierrez, Stoll, and Paco Cruz, and often just two of them on the floor.
But you like Stoll coming off the bench more?
Yeah, I do. I think Stoll coming off the bench is a great impact guy.
Just because you watched it happen in 2014.
In 2014, that was the rotation. Gutierrez started at the point. He got the ball in his hands. You know, he's very unselfish. Stoll tends to be a bit more of a scoring guard than Gutierrez, really, even though Gutierrez can score. And I think that gets Paco Cruz into the game nicely for Mexico. It sets their stall out really well. And then Paul Stoll, when the game's a bit more open, can come in and have a real punch for them. But they're not going to go that way today.
Now, with Agravanis in there, I did see Barousas when he was warming up. He was really, you know, trying to get his back loosened up. So you never know. I mean, it could be that he's not feeling 100%. So nothing against Agravanis. He's got the ability. So he gets a good opportunity. Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome. And we're off and running. Greece with the blue, Mexico in the white, L3. And Kostas Koufos goes in, and strong rebound there for Lorenzo Mata. Paco Cruz has it for Mexico, and Katsikaris was very keen yesterday to stress, or a couple of days ago, to stress that, you know, his team respects everybody, and they know Mexico are dangerous.
First look, interesting. Greece, I think, will go to the inside.
Valdiomius didn't think that was a travel.
Yeah, I think it might have been a harsh call, but you know, Mexico's starting off. Mata guarding Koufos. He gives up a lot of size to him. That's why Greece will probably go to Koufos a lot when he's on the floor.
Well, Antetokounmpo is going to launch a three, and he starts off bearing one from the left wing.
Well, that is a weakness really for him. You can see that he wants to work on it. Every time before the game, he's out early, and all he does is shoot threes. You know, really trying to make that a positive improvement for him.
I'm sure that's what he told the Bucks when he was coming over. I'm going to work on my three. Stoll gets it out to Toscano. They pass it over to Paco Cruz. And Koufos with the rebound. Mexico passed it well. Now Paparoglou goes in and gets swatted by Lorenzo Mata. Mata on the SWAT team already.
Great recovery from Mata. Greece looked to run. You know, we heard about how this is a new generation of Greek players. Now they're a different style, a different breed than the ones that came before them. And they like to run. We'll see some extended defense from them as well.
Toscano with the tough assignment of Antetokounmpo. He gets blocked by Toscano. Well, that's a career highlight for him. He had another one yesterday with that incredible putback dunk. And now he's swatted Antetokounmpo, and there's a foul. Watch this. That doesn't happen very often to Antetokounmpo.
Toscano's not going to back down. He played in the American collegiate system at Marquette, which is a big university. He'd have seen guys, you know, maybe not quite as big and as athletic as Antetokounmpo all the time, but I don't think he'll back down from that challenge at all.
Now Cruz rolls right down the lane, puts it up and in with the left hand.
And that's what I saw at 2014 World Cup. You know, him coming off that down screen action. He's so skilled.
Galatas gets it to Koufos, and he misses the dunk.
Well, you know, Mexico don't have many shot blockers, many guys to protect the ring, and Koufos was showing them he's going to attack hard.
So a lot of these guys in the Mexican lineup played college basketball. All five, in fact. Here's Cruz. Drills it from behind the line. Cruz was Wyoming. Yep. Stoll played, was it Eastern Michigan?
No, he played at Texas Pan American.
UTEP.
No, that's Texas El Paso.
Texas El Paso.
Yeah, UTPA.
You've got Toscano Marquette, Fresno State for Hector Hernandez, Lorenzo Mata, UCLA. And scrapped for the ball.
Work on the boards for Mexico. Now they got 5-on-4. They need to take advantage here. I think they need to get Hector Hernandez into this game early. He's pick and pop. The switching defense takes that weapon away from him, but see if they can get him going somehow.
And drive. And another opportunity for Mexico. Stoll comes from East Lansing in Michigan, and his dad played at Michigan State. That's what it was. And apparently, Paul Stoll was the co-male athlete of the year at the University of Texas Pan American in 2008. So he wasn't just any basketball player at Texas Pan American.
No, he had great numbers. I think it was 14 points a game his senior year. You know, probably one of the highest scorers in history, even though he only played the 2 years there after transferring.
He had an interesting experience this year in Avtodor Saratov in Russia. So, Mexico with the 6-3 lead. Back to Agravanis, over to Koufos, and Koufos fouled by Mata.
Mata's got to be careful. Fouled out yesterday. I think it's in foul trouble. They don't really have great replacement for him. we said about Gustavo Ion not being here. Often Mata would play next to Ion, you know, alongside him, but he's kind of the main inside player they have. Without Ion, if he goes out, the other guys that come in, they can do a role, but they're just not as talented. They won't be able to compete with Koufos and Baroussis as well.
Second free throw is good. And I guess Papa Petru started the other night, didn't he?
Yeah, instead of Iran. This is the extended defense from Greece. They caused a lot of turnovers against Iran.
And the three falls for Toscano.
Mexico is just such a dangerous team. The only thing with the Greek pressure, if you miss, Mexico will punish you. So if you try and steal it, you don't get it. It'll give Mexico an open shot, and that's the kind of game they thrive in.
Antetokounmpo, another three attempt. And Paperglou gets to the rebound, goes up now to Koufos, and he scores over Hector Hernandez.
Paperglou on the offensive glass.
I'll tell you, Mexico not backing down at all against the Greeks. Stoll at the line, that's good.
It's just a lot of confidence going through this Mexico team now. Greece want to run, but Mexico will like that as well.
And quick layup by Paperglou.
For Mexico, you can't try, even though the offense is going well, you can't try and outscore Greece. They've got to get stops on this defensive end.
Stoll for three. And Toscano gets in, knocks it out to Paco Cruz. They're passing it well. Look at that. Wide open Cruz. Now Calates struggled a little bit. Was able to hold on to it. And Antetokounmpo goes in.
Second foul on Mata. He's going to have to come out so early as well.
So Gutierrez will replace Lorenzo Mata. And Antetokounmpo is at the free throw line.
Mexico just don't really have many other options apart from Israel Gutierrez. You know, the size, they sometimes will go a bit smaller, but this Greek lineup is just so big. And they've got such a dominant five-man always on the floor in Koufos, or when he goes out, Baroussis. The only team really in this tournament that has that dominant five-man, you know, consistently. That was Baroussis on the bench applauding. Obviously, Iran have Haddadi, but when he goes out, they don't have the backup in the way that Greece do.
So Greece cut the deficit to one, and now some full court pressure. And they break it. Oh, looked like they were prepared for that. Cruz bounce pass, and well read by the Greek defense. Good idea. Wonder what she's thinking right now. She's probably thinking this Mexico team's better than we were expecting. They've actually started well today. They had a big lead against Iran the other day, and then they just really lost. But they look a little bit more focused today.
Oh, absolutely. Iran just didn't come to play at all first quarter yesterday. Greece rolled out early. Terrible pass from Hernandez.
Cruz drives in, puts it up and in. And Lloyd looks at me like, see, I told you, he should have been starting all along.
I mean, how clever do we look right now, putting him as the key guy to look out for. 8 points in a hurry. He's got 8 of their 13, Paco Cruz.
Calates with one on the shot clock, puts it up off the side. It didn't hit the rim, so it's a shot clock violation. And a little sloppy there from Greece.
It's funny, isn't it? Greece just looks so good offensively against Iran. the rhythm was just perfect. The ball moved, everything was good. But today it's just really stagnant. And obviously they've come off the day off. I don't know. It's difficult knowing that this is a game really they're expected to win. Mexico don't have Ion. Are they underestimating Mexico perhaps, or do we just see a under par Mexico knowing that they were playing against Iran and looking forward to this game against Greece?
Well, you got to appreciate the defense of Kalathis. And the thing about playing Greece, you got to play 40 minutes.
And it's the defensive end for both teams.
Yeah.
Like I said, they can both score, but I don't think either of them is going to be able to outscore the other. We've got to play some D.
Hernandez is yet to get going for Mexico. He hasn't had to yet, but here's Cruz, passed it up. And Stoll's going to put it up. Stoll hit the go-ahead three-pointer yesterday against Iran with 1 minute and 15 seconds left. And Mexico ended up winning that game by 5. And Antetokounmpo drives in and puts it up off the glass and in.
Just the length.
I don't know how you stop that.
Yeah, the defense was there. They tried to block the shot jump, but he just goes over the top of them.
Cruz dances around, gets it back, and a kick. They're going to put 14. They know that Mexico's trying to make these passes. Look at Antetokounmpo. Oh. We're talking about a guy that's what? His height, to be able to do that, it's almost freakish. 2.11 meters in height, or 6'11".
This is the benefit Greece have, though. You see the way they're switching the defense?
Hernandez, and almost Antetokounmpo with the rebound. Papareglu gets it over to Agravanis. And good box out from Israel Gutierrez. Now Bruce is going to come into the game with Papapetru. Hector Hernandez, 4 on the shot clock, puts it up, and Israel Gutierrez kept it alive, but Kalathis with it, and now Greece with a chance to take the lead again. And a foul they're going to call on Mexico as Kalathis attacked the basket. Other than the foul really by Mata and Stoll, I don't think it could have gone any better really for Mexico.
No, it's been a good start, especially because they're going to have the punch of Gutierrez coming in. He's a tremendous defender, a very good scorer in the paint for a guard as well. I'm assuming there's nothing wrong with him. That's why he's...
Well, Kalathis is going to put up a 3. And this time stays out.
We haven't heard of any injuries to Gutierrez, but you never know sometimes.
Greece really came out knocking them down in their first game against Iran, but not yet today. Stoll, quick pass to Gutierrez, and he goes in, tried to dunk it, but Antetokounmpo said, not in this house.
Rotation. There was plays like this that got Greece going. A block and then a run out. Mexico get back in defensive transition well.
Now Barusas tries his bull's way in, over to Papapetru for 3. And Kalathis did a good job there of fighting for the ball, and Barusas ended up getting it. Now Papareglu for 3, that's good.
I was just thinking, Greece haven't hit threes, but it's been the wrong guys really taking it for them. Agravanis has shot one, Papapetru's shot one.
Now Stoll gets in, he misses, and look at Stoll. Almost came up and stole the ball, but no, Greece got into a rush that time. Now Paco Cruz. See if they try to get something before the whole Greek defense gets down, and no, they do not. They slow it up. Interesting matchup here with Stoll going up on Papapetru. Now Cruz. Cruz puts up a 3. Good! And Mexico back in front.
Mexico doing a tremendous job at isolating, the switch of Greece in the pick and roll. What we saw yesterday or the day before, Greece switched 1 through 4, They didn't really do it with the 5. That time Bruce has switched out onto Paco Cruz. He just buried the 3 with a mismatch.
Bounce pass knocked away by Toscano, and Hernandez comes up with it. Paco Cruz with 11 first quarter points. Here he goes again. Goes behind his back, passes out. Now Toscano drives in, puts up a tough shot. Now Greece perhaps will hold it for 1. And good hands from Stoll to reach in and knock it away, but it'll be Greek ball. I got to be honest, folks. This Mexican team playing much better than I expected today. They are coming out and fighting. Timeout. So Katsikaris wants to drop a play here at the end, and at some point Mexico are going to have to start making some more substitutions. See the second chance points, 5 for Greece. Still haven't seen Gutierrez.
Well, as long as they leave Paco Cruz on the floor, that's all that matters right now.
And he didn't. Maybe he was saving him for today.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Or maybe he figured, gosh, he played so well in the fourth quarter. I'm just going to put him back in and see if he keeps it going.
You never know what goes on in the team behind, outside of these 4 balls. Maybe he was struggling yesterday with an injury. They brought him in. Maybe Gutierrez today is struggling a little bit. You just don't know. They're coming off a central basket, but Gutierrez looks like he's going to check in now. But you just don't know. Maybe they are carrying the effects of a central basket. Maybe it's just a rotation to keep it fresh. Some players will respond if you put them on the bench for a game. All we know is Mexico got the win yesterday. They've started great here, point up against Greece. So whatever it is, Coach Valdiamios is making the right calls right now.
So Paco Cruz up on Papareglu. Hernandez comes out, and it's Manjares who's going to drive in, passes it back outside to Barousas, steps to his right, loses it, gets it back, puts it up, and Greece somehow conspire not to score at the end. Looked like they were going to get a layup. But as it is, it's Mexico leading at 16-15 at the end of the first quarter. So Mexico and Greece both 2 of 6 from three-point range. Greece winning the rebounding battle. 3 turnovers for Greece. Pretty even. And here's some of the highlights with Antetokounmpo starting things off with that 3-pointer. But yeah, that would be my biggest question, Lloyd, is over 40 minutes. Can Mexico continue to play at this level?
Well, we've seen exactly that, haven't we? If you think about Iran versus Greece, first game, Iran stuck with the Greece. They played very well, but Greece just, they just continued to, they were relentless. And let's not forget, it was also the second unit for Greece that really sparked it, wasn't it? Atheneo Manjares, and also Giannis Antetokounmpo as well. When they kept on that 3, came in the game.
They picked up the pressure, and maybe that's why. Maybe Valdiamios has saved Gutierrez for his ball handling, and maybe he's a better fit for that style of game. He anticipates that's going to come.
Yeah, maybe. And then, you look at Tunisia versus Italy first day again. Italy couldn't really shake Tunisia in the early stages. Yesterday, Mexico versus Iran went down to the wire. So we haven't really, we've seen the underdogs not be able to put it together for a full 40 like you were talking about. And that is always the challenge for Mexico.
And let's don't forget, this Mexican team played at the World Cup in 2014. They won the FIBA Americas Championship in 2013. This is a basketball country that's on the rise.
And they made the final of Centro Basket with this roster. They didn't have Gustavo Ion with them then. And they were, 1 shot away, a couple of inches on a Gutierrez 3 on the buzzer from winning the Centro Basket tournament against Puerto Rico, and we've seen Puerto Rico go on to the qualifying event as well and be doing pretty well in Belgrade.
Well, you can see Katsikaris is really over there talking and sweating. He was really coaching Antetokounmpo hard there. He's certainly trying to get some type of point across. There's Gutierrez in the game and Mendez, so a pair of fresh guards. And now you got basically a 3-guard lineup. And
24 didn't start.
So they're going to have to take 11 seconds off.
It's a smaller lineup for Mexico, but actually Greece have gone a bit smaller as well, with Athanasiou and Manjares and Papareglu as their 3, so it works okay for Mexico to guard those guys. The only question is, you know, if Greece put Papareglu in the low block, how would they combat against that?
There you go. And this is why, boys and girls, you go to school and you learn your math. Because you need to know it goes down. You see 11 seconds off the game clock. So if you're taking 11 seconds off the 24-second shot clock, Lloyd, how many seconds is that?
12.
Math never was the strong suit, was it? Okay, Gutierrez quickly pulls up. Oh boy, he had a beautiful shot and just bricked it. And the shot clock still didn't start for whatever reason. So Jokic is going to come over. Got to be patient. We had the scoreboard issue last night, didn't we? Where somehow a mysterious basket appeared for Italy, which was wiped away right before the start of the second half. Good crowd here today, considering Italy is the home team and they're not playing today. So the Olympic qualifying tournament and the Mexican fans have come, and what a terrific city. One of my all-time favorite cities going to a FIBA event is Turin, Italy.
Yeah, it's been fantastic.
I mean, you just love walking around the city. It can't get any better than this, coming to a basketball game and coming to Turin. But I know they're saying the same thing in Belgrade and Manila. 3 great venues for the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments. Canada won again today. They're 2-0 in Manila. They barely beat Senegal. And New Zealand beat the Philippines, which means the Philippines are now out, and New Zealand will play France tomorrow for first place in Group B. Turkey will play Senegal tomorrow for second place in Group A in that Olympic qualifying tournament. As Katsikaris looks on, stretches out. And then in Serbia, the situation is interesting as well. Serbia won their first game. Yeah, Latvia's been playing extremely well. They've won both of their games. Japan are out of it, so it's going to be Latvia and the Czech Republic finishing first and second in Group B. Unless, let's see, Japan.
No, Latvia today.
So.
No, the Czech Republic, excuse me.
Czech Republic, yeah.
Sometimes the break in action helps teams or hurts them. Interesting to see how they both respond.
You could see it could hurt Mexico because they were in the flow.
Yeah.
And now, well, you've got to fight, and somehow, oh, whoa, what a play from Gutierrez to knock it out of the hands. And you hear it so many times. Barusas did a great job of getting the ball, but he didn't raise the ball up, and Gutierrez just took it right away. I have been very impressed by Gutierrez, I have to say. There's Hernandez.
Hernandez's game is just not falling for him though. First time he gets some space on the pick and pop.
This time Gutierrez tried to make the pass, and Athanasiou read it. He was right there covering the passing lane. Barusas now, and that's one of his strong suits, is his ability to knock down the jumper.
The jumper's not working for Greece. 2 of 7 from beyond the 3-point line.
So, yeah, you've got Japan and the Czech Republic playing later today in Group B. And the winner of that will finish second in Group B. And Angola and Serbia playing the first game. So, Hector Hernandez, well, you talked about it, and he finally gets it to go.
This looks like a huge breakdown from Greece. Hector Hernandez, pick and pop, that's what he does. He likes it. I'm not sure why Greece have gone away from switching on him. See, just leave him open. That's his game, the face-up jumper.
And now Thanasis Antetokounmpo going to come into the game for Stratos Paparoglou. And this is where, if you're Mexico, and Marco Ramos is going to come into the game for the first time in the tournament for Paco Cruz. And this is where you can almost expect some full court pressing, trapping coming out of Greece.
Well, both teams have got a lot of
guards,
reserves on the floor.
All right.
You know, if you think like for Mexico, Hector Hernandez is the only guy that started. For Greece, no starters on the floor. Now, there are still good players. Obviously, we do national team basketball, but interesting to see how the second fives play against each other here.
Now Papapetrou into Borussis, going right at Gutierrez. And Gutierrez does all he can do and makes Borussis work for the shot, and he misses.
Mexico do a great job of, team rebounding as well.
Good spin from Gutierrez, but he had it blocked. Was it Manjares? Now Manjares, 3-on-2 break, and Papapetrou puts it up and in.
Transition game of Greece with his second five straight away, wasn't it? That's what we talked about. A bit of pressure, running the floor. They do it instantly. Points off of steals, points off of turnovers again for them.
Hector Hernandez has hit one, but that one and unsuccessful. And what a play from Papapetrou to get the ball and to be able to get it out of trouble over to Borussis. Quick pass to Borussis. That's more like it. And they are finding Borussis right under the basket.
Times Mexico might want to burn a timeout here. Greece looking very comfortable. That rhythm we talked about, all of a sudden Cruz has gone out for Mexico. The offense has started to dry up.
And Marco Ramos comes in and gets blocked by Antetokounmpo. Thanasis Antetokounmpo. So with 5 seconds on the shot clock, big momentum shift possible here. Look at that. Boy, that wasn't even close.
I mean, you can just feel it, can't you? Greece all of a sudden, a lot more energy on the floor. The second five has done a tremendous job. Looks like they're ready to, they're just coiled right now, ready to really explode, really spring into action defensively. You worry for Mexico getting back in defensive transition. The other thing for Mexico, with all the guys out, they just lost, they've lost their way offensively.
3 blocks for Greece, 2 for Mexico. We were singing the praises of Gutierrez, but he had that turnover where he passed it out of bounds and then he drove in and got his shot blocked.
We didn't talk about it pre-game, but Greece against Iran, what they were able to do is they turned turnovers into points so well.
33.
After turnovers they had in that game. And that was the reason they won the game so comfortably more than anything else. They just got steals, they turned Iran over and they ran it in for layups. It was this five, just very similar to this game, that really opened it up for them in that contest against Iran.
Well, you got to watch if you're Greece. Mendez, he can hit the 3. Gutierrez gets it. Has the man on his back and draws the foul. Is it Manjares? I think it was.
Smart there from
He anticipated the contact.
He just stopped in front of him, didn't he, knowing that
he would run into him.
Yeah, it was going to come from behind.
Mata. And with Mexico playing as well as they have been, they've given him a chance to rest and not pick up any more fouls over there on the bench. Gutierrez misses the free throw.
Credit to Israel Gutierrez, really. 8 points, 8 minutes, 2 rebounds for him, but they haven't really lost anything with him coming in.
Not at all.
No.
He's done a good job. that the best way to measure a player's value is whether his team is winning or losing when he's on the court? I like that stat.
Yeah, it can be. The plus minus is, you know, enlightening at various points for sure.
Somebody can score 30 points, but his team is minus 20 when he's on the court. So, in any event, there's Papapetrou. Entry pass now. Somebody's got to help out on Borussis. They do. They rotate it to Papapetrou, and Thanasis comes flying in. And Marco Ramos has to knock it out of bounds. He's just so athletic. It's a huge task to neutralize that impact. Borussis goes again, right at Gutierrez. They're not going to call a foul. Yeah, they are. Did he reach down? How do you defend that other than if you got to drop somebody down to double team? Watch.
I don't think you can. You're never going to stop a team from scoring.
Yeah, he pushed him. He kind of was holding his ground, but kind of raised his forearms and kind of lunged into him, didn't he?
What would you'd like to say if you're Gutierrez is he doesn't use the arms to hold Borussis out, uses the chest. It's just an incredible ask, the size of a man like Borussis. Trying to keep him out of the lane.
I was reading today the potential of Borussis now joining the exodus from Europe to the NBA. It's possible.
And after the season he's had, I'm sure there'll be suitors for him.
And Antetokounmpo, what was Hernandez doing? He didn't pick it up, and Gutierrez is, you know, it's almost as if Aldiomillo saved him for this situation, and it's not working for Gutierrez, is it? So Mendes fouls Atheneo. That is team foul number 3 here in the second quarter. Atheneo looks for an opening. They pass it back to Thanasis. Now that's where you got to know the situation, Ramos. You got to give it to him. And instead you end up fouling him. You almost have to give Antetokounmpo that 3, don't you? Make him prove to you that he's going to hit it.
Yeah, absolutely. Did a relatively decent job, Ramos, closing out short. The scan report. And what Mexico, I give them credit though, where they have done a good job in the scan report, is they forced the 3-point shots to come from players that aren't the best shooters for Greece. If you look at, they haven't shot the ball well. They're 2 of 8 from beyond the 3-point line. But if you talk about the key guys for Greece that can shoot it, none of them have really taken a lot of threes. It's only Papapetrou that's taken one and made one.
So why would you run it, Thanasis Antetokounmpo?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he would rather try to go past you.
Yeah.
Well, he only makes 1 of 2. It was awfully difficult to keep Borussis away from that basketball. And Ramos flies in, gets some contact, and a foul has been called. And
Cruz has been out a long time for Mexico. Their offense hasn't been good. They scored 4 points in the first 5 minutes of this second quarter. I think they need to come back with him. You don't want to leave him too long that he cools off. Yeah, I know he'll get minutes into the legs, but the thing is, the way Greece have started to change this game, you worry that by the time he comes back, the Greek starters come back as well. The game may be over, or maybe the momentum swung so much to Greece.
I think what we have to like is you see the free throws going in for Ramos is the second 5 that comes in for Greece. It's like a starting 5, isn't it?
And they don't have to change anything either. It's exactly, they've got the same strengths of the other team, same abilities.
Now Borussis goes at Gutierrez again. And It's awfully difficult for him to stop him one-on-one.
If not impossible. I mean, Hernandez has already looked over. He was late down the floor because he's asking his coach, shall I go double him?
Mendez puts up a three. Good! Well, we saw him hit some threes yesterday.
It's the first player ever in Western Kentucky history with a triple-double. He can score. I don't know if that was the best shot.
What's the mascot of Western Kentucky?
The Hilltoppers.
There you go. You obviously know your stuff. Here he is again. This time Hernandez is going to try to help. They're going to end up with Ateneo with a three. And this time Gutierrez, so it probably pays off as opposed to allowing Bruce's to bull his way in.
I mean, you're dicing with death. Ateneo is a very good shooter, but yeah, I think the way Bruce is scoring in that low post, you have to make that call.
And this was the three from Mendez. But again, that's kind of how they play. And here's Bruce's. Watch. Gutierrez is not able to contain him one-on-one. Although, again, he's done a great job since he's been in there, Gutierrez. Ateneo comes out.
This is going to cause some problems for the Mexican defense here, because Greece have gone very big through the 1-2-3 spots. I'm not sure how Mexico are going to match up defensively. Now, it's time for some zone, though.
Well, Vladimiros will assess it. You can see him looking. Mendez for another three. One-footed style, a la Huertas. Now, over to Hernandez. Oh, they left him open. Good three-point shooter. Go! Mexico go back in front, 28-25.
Superb from Mendez there, the extra pass.
Well, they get it to Antetokounmpo, and he tries to pass this time to Kalathis on the low block. What was that?
And he's hesitating because they're shooting a lot of threes.
Gutierrez probes down low, brings it back. Bounce pass to Gutierrez. And a foul on Bruces for reaching around. It's a good call. Watch this. Well, no, not this one. This is Hernandez, where they just left him, or Hector Hernandez left him open. Well, this Mexican team is just supremely focused. What a performance. And Mendez tries to make the pass, does just get it to Gutierrez. Over to Gutierrez, Jorge, and back to Gutierrez, Israel. And Gutierrez again misses a three. And that's the part of his game he's got to improve on.
Good look, so for Mexico, you take them really.
Yep. You could say the same about Kalathis, probably, in fact. Here he is.
I think Greece need to look inside game of positions 2, 3, 4. They're going to Bruces on the low block, and now they're doubling him. Bruces is a great three-point shooter. He can come out and play at the high post. So put one of the Antetokounmpo brothers on the low post, or have them slice into the lane, or even Papa Pepcha as well. He can do it because they've got a huge size advantage across those three positions.
So Cruz is going to come in and finish the first half, it appears. Gutierrez picks up his second foul, and Bruce misses the first free throw.
Everything's working for Mexico. Cruz has got rest in his legs. Mata hasn't had to come back after the 2 fouls either.
And the interesting thing is we haven't had to mention you-know-who not being here, because Mata and Gutierrez have been doing well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So good minutes from Ramos. He goes out, and Cruz back in.
Yeah, well, I had all these notes written before the game. They're all questions for Mexico. How are they going to do this? How are they going to play? Can they do this? And they've answered all of them. Guards have still scored. They've defended the low post pretty well. They haven't turned it over. They've made from the perimeter. So, all credit to Mexico.
Cruz pulls up and hits the shot. What a quality performance.
It was the first time Antetokounmpo couldn't get over the screen really well.
He still had to hit a difficult shot, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
13 points for Cruz. 4-point lead. And Antetokounmpo for another three. When in trouble, just get it to Giannis.
Yeah, it's a tough shot. Hernandez was gapping him, so he didn't beat him off the dribble.
1.5 minutes remaining, first half. We've got a classic. Cruz goes down the middle. They look at him, pass it wide open to Mendez. Count it! And those Mexicans are passing the ball with precision. They have given themselves a terrific chance here in the first half. They've gone in front 33-29.
Now, the question's now on Greece. What we saw early, it's the pick and roll that's causing a lot of problems as well. We saw early they went to switch it, and what happened? Paco Cruz just crucified him. You know, he came off the screen, didn't he? They got the switch, and at the start of the game, he was going past Kufas. He was going at guys, scoring in them at the lane, hitting jump shots. And now what they've done, Greece have changed. So rather than switch, they're trying to help and recover, hedge and recover. And what that means is that it's allowed this penetration to get to the basket. Help has to come from other spots, and that's why they're getting these open looks now.
And you saw the stat, 6 of 15 from three-point range. For Mexico, only 3 three-pointers for Greece, and the threes were falling in the first half the other day when Greece put away Iran.
Jugamos 5 abajo, jugamos 5 abajo para que salga Paco, échale aquí y vienes al bloqueo, no vayas al interior.
Valiomidas, you like the calls that he's made in this game?
Yeah, he's done a great job. I think they're going to need Gutierrez to come and start to do something a bit more for them. Jorge Gutierrez, that is, he's got to become a factor on the offensive end if they want to continue their strong play. But yeah, first half has been fantastic.
Well, Stoll has come back in, so you've got effectively, again, a 3-guard lineup. Mendez goes out after the 3. He's done well off the bench. And a minute remaining. Alley-oop pass! Oh, Antetokounmpo misses, but Barousas was there to clean up the mess.
That's a play designed out of the timeout. Excellent execution. Even though they missed the shot, Barousas there to tip it home.
Cruz brings it back out. Gutierrez gets inside, puts it up, and draws the foul.
Incredible take. You don't see this very often. It's a replay of the lob, but Gutierrez just took the ball at full speed when usually you have it standing still. Knew that he was being guarded by Barousas, and he had the foot speed over him. Excellent recognition. This is what Gutierrez does. Gets to the line or scores in the paint. He's only a small guy. He's not particularly tall. But at 6'3", 190, he can finish in the lane with the best of them.
Well, look, Gutierrez comes out, and really Mexican fans should be on their feet applauding his performance here in the first half. He's been immense. Adrian Zamora comes in, and Toscano comes in for Hector Hernandez. Hector Hernandez doesn't have any fouls, the captain, but he comes out. Look at Gutierrez there, sitting down. He has done a heck of a job. He hasn't completely shut down Barousas, but you could not have asked for anything more from him. And this time Gutierrez makes the first. There's Hector Hernandez, and I don't think we've seen the best out of him yet. And the second one from Gutierrez is good. So Calates brings it back. 4-point game for Mexico. Stoll chasing Calates. Paparaglu didn't go up. Looked a bit awkward, but referee was right there. Antetokounmpo now guarded by Stoll. And they've called a foul on Gutierrez, I think, coming over. Oh, he didn't hesitate. Is it on Stoll, the second? Oh, for grabbing the jersey?
Yeah.
Maybe?
That's the action. He had a pull, and I wonder what he was referring to. But if you do see that. If the shirt's been pulled, automatic foul usually if the refs see it.
Second foul on Paul Stoll.
It's the only negative for Mexico, really. Stoll 2. Mata's obviously gone to the bench on too early, and Israel Gutierrez picked up 2.
Stoll's over there pleading his case, saying...
Yeah, Mendez has 2 as well, actually.
Yeah, you don't want to pick up a lot of fouls here in the last 30 seconds. That's not why the coach puts you back in the game. But they've got to keep Greece off the boards here. And try to... Don't be surprised if Greece put on some full court pressure. So he makes both. And in fact, they do have some full court. Yep, so how will Mexico... Token full court? Yes. They drop back. So Stoll's got it. They'll give it to Cruz with about 7 seconds, you think?
I think Stoll's going to take this one on his own.
Nope, it's going to be Gutierrez for 3. And again, he had the look. Trying to get him on track. And Mexico will take it. They lead it 35-33 over Greece, and what has to be considered somewhat of a mild upset here at halftime.
Yeah, tremendous first half performance of Mexico. They've answered everything that that's been thrown their way, and they've now given Greece some problems that they're going to have to deal with in the second half. You know, it's an important halftime for Greece because we've talked about them winning this group all along, but you never know. The way Mexico played in the first 20 minutes, stranger things have happened in the game of basketball.
Hernandez with the 2 steals, leading it. Got 13 points for Paco Cruz, 11 coming into the first quarter for Mexico. 12 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo, 10 for Jonas Barusas, but it's Mexico on top, 35-33 in the battle for first place in Group A here at the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament in Turin. 35-33, Mexico in somewhat of a surprise leading Greece here at halftime of the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament Group A game. Greece were just so comprehensive in their win over Iran, and Mexico struggled. They took them to the final minute, but I don't think Mexico could have played much better in the first half. And I think if they come out here with the same focus and resolve and determination and play with as much pride as they did in the first half, showing that they're together, anything is possible. It has been impressive stuff. But as well as they've played, they're only up by 2 points on a Greece team that has been able to go to the locker room, sort of regroup, and we will see how this thing goes over the next 20 minutes. But Paco Cruz got the start today, 11 points in the first quarter, 11 of his 13. And even though Lorenzo Mata played well while he was in the game for Mexico, he picked up a couple of fouls, and in the 5 minutes that he was in there, and he had to exit. And the guy that came in, Israel Gutierrez, came in to play 15 minutes and really did a good job of holding down the fort. Giannis Barousas came in to score 10 points off the bench, but really had to work going up against Gutierrez. So Sergio Valdiomillos is one day after his team didn't really look, I would say, precise, fully concentrated against Iran, have come out and just looked like a completely different team. And the key now is, can they do it for another 20 minutes against Fotis Katsikaris' Greek team? What we do know is that both of these teams are going to be going to the semifinals, and that we also know that these two teams after this game will have to win 2 games to move on to the Olympics. See the Mexico fans taking a big group photo. And Lloyd, I guess the question is, can they sustain it? Can they do it? Are we about to see Greece turn it up a notch, or are we going to see Mexico continue the momentum that they've kind of sustained?
That's the question, isn't it, Jeff? You know, a day is a long time in basketball. Greece a day ago looked so good. Mexico a day ago looked pretty terrible, to be honest. But what we've seen, we've talked about the other teams that failed to really, kind of live the underdog, live with the favorites through a full 40 minutes. But the third quarter, how important the third period is.
Now, look at that. You see Kostas Koufos going up and hanging on the rim. And the referees didn't like that. And they had words with him. He was stretching. And that in turn kind of angered Koufos, who was perhaps maybe a little frustrated that he was lost on the bench in the second quarter. Referees don't want to see the basket come down and the game be delayed. Well, Kalathis comes right out, puts up a 3, and that's a good start for Greece, who come out and take the lead.
Right guys taking the right shots for Greece there. Kalathis, good three-point shooter. First make for him.
And now Giannis Antetokounmpo reaches in and fouls Paco Cruz. He had time to set his feet, turn, shoot. Kalathis took it like he was making a free throw. First foul for Antetokounmpo. You can see that Greece defense is really getting in the face of the Mexicans. That means they're going to have to put it down. Well, Toscano's going to put up a 3, and Antetokounmpo goes up for the rebound. Antetokounmpo has the ball knocked away. Now break for Mexico. Gets it back to Hernandez, and he goes up and is fouled by Paparoglu. Antetokounmpo says, why did you commit the foul? It's there for the block. Watch this. He goes down. Paparoglu.
This is one of those situations where if you're Paparoglu, you just let him go because of the threat blocking shot behind him. I don't think he was aware how close Antetokounmpo was to be able to block it. That's why he went for the ball. You can see Hernandez only 5 points yesterday, already 7 now. 16 the game, as I said, in the central basket. So he is a leader of this Mexican team.
It was interesting how they defended that last time down, Mexico. They really kind of clogged the middle and cut off the pass. Mata's in the game. He's rested. Only played 5 minutes in the first half. He's guarding Kufos. Agravanis back in the game as well. Ooh, looked like Cruz may have gotten away with a foul for Peroglu. Now the trap. And they've called a foul, Mata.
Cruz.
Oh, it is Cruz, okay. Did he say that was the first foul, that was the second foul, that's the third foul?
Yeah, well, he said that you got him there and you got him again. So he kind of let the first one go, thinking Greece had, you know, the advantage. Had the ball, they were still in the flow. Second time he got him, he called the foul.
Antetokounmpo, oh, they're going to call the block, or the block on Mata. Watch this. Yeah, it's kind of moving a little. Close, though.
Yeah, it was close. That's what I want to see from Antetokounmpo. Yeah, he's showing that he's trying to improve the range, but he can't forget what makes him so good, and that's the slashing, you know, the ability to get to the basket. So he's got to continue to do that now while Greece need him, and then expand, add to that with the three-point shot.
So that free throw ties it. And that free throw gives Greece the lead. So some full court pressure here. And Ravanis on the ball. And easily broken by Mexico. Now Stoll gets in the lane, gets blocked. He's going to try to sneak past Kufos. And Kufos didn't allow him to go past him. So Kufos on the SWAT team. Now Paco Cruz pulled the string a little bit too much there.
Put Antetokounmpo on him now. Didn't guard him in the first half.
Oh, what a play from Calathis to Antetokounmpo. A pass back to the trailer. And Antetokounmpo now is 16, starting to take the game over a little.
It's all been going to the basket for him.
And Agravanis knocks it away. Hernandez has to put it up. Does he get it up in time? Doesn't matter. So Mexico is starting to lose the initiative here. Look at that behind the back pass. Calathis really showing his quality here in the third quarter.
It was a beautiful pass. He's a great point guard, Calathis. Controls, doesn't do anything out of character, really. You know exactly what you're going to get from him. Great passing ability. Lob.
There he goes again, and a foul on Toscano for holding Antetokounmpo.
It's the same play they ran in the first half. Where Antetokounmpo comes high and then goes immediately off the back screen. First half got the lob, this time he got fouled, so run the same play more often.
That's now 3 fouls on Mexico here in the third quarter. Screen and roll over to Antetokounmpo for 3, and back to the bad Antetokounmpo. A little bit too quick, perhaps. Now Cruz fouled by Calathis. And Katsikaris just has to live with it, doesn't he?
Yeah, it just wasn't a good option. He's played so well, you kind of forgive him one bad shot, maybe.
Because he knows it was a bad shot.
Yeah.
Stoll with the alley-oop to Lorenzo Mata.
Group bench was up. They knew what was coming. They were trying to shout out instructions to their team, but they didn't get there quick enough. They wanted them to switch, which they just didn't do. Left Lorenzo Mata wide open. That's the same play that Iran run, and Greece guarded it so well the other day.
Agravanis goes right past Hernandez. And he's fouled as he attacks the basket. Just 21 years of age, Agravanus. And here he is in the Olympic qualifying tournament.
Yeah, you consider the Greek junior teams. Agravanus, Antetokounmpo, and Papapetrou all played same generation of under-20s 1 year as a group, because Antetokounmpo and Agravanus are the same year. How about junior team, is it?
That would be Giannis Antetokounmpo.
His younger brother, this is the first tournament for Greece.
Because he didn't have his passport in line or something like that. Not exactly sure what that was. Their parents came from Nigeria, but they were both born in Greece. And Cruz goes right to the basket, but Antetokounmpo makes up for it. Stole. Hernandez gets it off just in time, and it's a three-pointer.
Huge three for Mexico. Paco Cruz is, having a torrid time against Antetokounmpo.
Kofos this time drives down the lane. Nice ball handling from Kofos.
Strong drive, wasn't it? Just bumped his man out of the way. Shooting like a goal.
Oh, Cruz this time got too deep and he couldn't make the pass. They really kind of neutralized the Cruz factor.
Well, they put Antetokounmpo on him, didn't they? Look at that. I mean, Paco Cruz couldn't have lost him any more on the perimeter than he did.
And he still recovered.
Turning in circles, and yet still he was able to recover. Credit a bit to the help defender as well, who came across, just slowed him down. I think it was Agravanus just came across and got in front of Paco Cruz, but just that one switch. But Periglu is a tremendous defender, but he's been taken off of Paco Cruz, who guarded in the first half. Antetokounmpo's onto him, and right now Antetokounmpo and Cruz are having a big discussion. All in good spirits. Nothing bad about it. I'm not really sure, but yeah, just chatting away to each other as the game's going on.
I think Cruz is enjoying the matchup, really.
Yeah,
getting a chance to go up against the NBA star.
Yeah, he smiled. He was laughing when he got blocked afterwards. Not sure if someone said something to him.
Hernandez brings it all the way up. So Mata goes to the bench with 3 fouls, and Toscano's in the game with 3 fouls for Mexico.
Better match up for Cruz this time.
Well, still, that was going to be a long three if he launched that. They get it to Hernandez, and Hernandez doesn't make the reverse layup. Greece with a 4-point lead. Looking to extend it, and they get it to Antetokounmpo. He is taking off. That's why you forgive him for the missed three-pointer.
And that, he elevated, got the rebound, and then just ran in transition so fast. I mean, credit Calathes with a great pass as well. He knew as soon as he got it where he was going, it was straight back to the trailing man.
Watch this. This could be the play of the tournament. Goodness me. Just with the power.
Poor Israel Gutierrez just kind of got caught underneath. Didn't know where he could go.
Look at his brother, Thanasis Antetokounmpo. He's like, I don't even care if I don't play. I just want to sit on the bench and watch this. Biggest lead of the game for Greece now, 6 points. Stoll puts up a 3, and Koufos with the rebound. And now Greece with a chance to start to stamp their authority on the game. Koufos goes right at Gutierrez. And it's a foul Gutierrez, or is it on Hernandez?
Gutierrez. His third, yeah.
Watch him what he does here.
Hernandez has got to go a bit quicker. They did a good job first half. Not letting it, break that first bit of defense. Force him to kick it out and try and keep it in the wrong hands for the 3. Now Gutierrez has picked up his 3rd. Mats has only just gone out, hasn't he?
Yep.
Might have to come back in again.
And the saving grace is Koufos misses the free throw now for Mexico. And misses both. Could be a momentum shifter if Mexico go down and hit a 3.
Largest lead of the game for either team.
Bounce pass to Gutierrez, and Ramos there for the follow, and Gutierrez with the follow. 3 or 2 offensive rebounds. They get it the 3rd time. Antetokounmpo for 3. Good! He's almost getting to the point, though, where he's unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been incredible this second half, hasn't he? It's at 21 now. 3 of 5. And he has added, he's got the 3-point shot as well as, you know, the slicing penetration.
And now Antetokounmpo with the rebound.
He'll start the break again. Periglou's open.
And here is Kalathis putting it up off the glass. And right now, Greece with the wind in their sails. It's the Antetokounmpo factor. And Kalathis, who started the half with the 3-pointer, gets his way in there for the layup. Here's another look at it. The 3-pointer from Antetokounmpo. And Greece on top, 53.
Vamos a jugar a los 2 lados del campo. Dentro, fuera, el piso.
I don't know what you can do, Lloyd. I mean, it kind of, you know, you just have to tip your hat to Antetokounmpo. As you look at the field goal percentage now, 47% for Greece, 34% for Mexico. So how do you compete against that sort of athleticism?
Well, he's just changed the game in so many ways. He's now guarded Paco Cruz, literally neutralized the threat that Paco Cruz has had. Once the guy had 11 points first quarter, Cruz has been unable to get great looks or create for his teammates. Antetokounmpo is also, you know, what has kind of gone unnoticed is the way he's rebounded the ball defensively. And when he gets the ball defensively, because he can push it on the dribble and beat people, everybody else can take off and run a bit easier. Nobody has to come back for the ball, so they're getting out in transition even better because of his ability to rebound. And now, like we talked about, he's making the 3-2, and he's fired up. He's been talking a lot. He turned around to the Mexico bench, told them they needed a timeout before they called it.
So Gutierrez now back in the game. And Cruz still has Antetokounmpo in the game, guarding him. And this time he was denied by the backboard. He got hemmed in there. Good hands from Ramos, but Kufos gets it. And the fight for the rebound. Good job from Gutierrez, Israel Gutierrez. Cruz. And left his feet, trying to pass it to Gutierrez. Now 3-on-1 break. Another behind-the-back pass, and finished by Kufos. And it's an 11-point lead.
We highlighted points after turnovers, didn't we, first half? We didn't have too many and started to get a bigger number now.
Well, over to Ramos for 3. And now some of those shots aren't falling as well for Mexico. And good hands from Cruz to knock it away. You almost wonder if they would be better not having the ball in Paco Cruz's hands, calling the plays, but run it with somebody else, because otherwise you're just inviting Antetokounmpo to be involved. Here's Kufos. He misses.
It's this guy that's got to get involved.
Hernandez?
No, Jorge Gutierrez. He's only got 3 points. Find a way. It's the first time he's really played the point the entire game.
There he is. Goes right at Kalathis. Hoping to get a foul. Now Kalathis goes back the other way. Gutierrez on Antetokounmpo, and the charge called on Antetokounmpo. So Gutierrez doing a good job moving his feet. And I think a a sigh of relief for Mexico fans as Antetokounmpo goes out of the game.
It's a well-earned break, isn't it? This is where Mexico have got to go. Got to get themselves back into the game with this opportunity. Just try and get a run because it'll give them the confidence again, which has gone offensively. Just 9 points in this quarter.
Paco Cruz talking to Valdiomillos. And Mexico now try to make some inroads into the deficit. Wide open, Gutierrez.
The arc he needed, very flat shot Gutierrez has, but got over the front of the ring.
The dump to Barusas. And Barusas went up against Zamora. Now, and Gutierrez puts it up and in. Maybe that'll get him going.
And that's where he's good, open floor.
Manjada's going to come back in the game. Gutierrez guarding Calates, steps back, hits the free throw line jumper.
Guys that didn't step up in the first half for Greece that you expected to. Started to come to the party, haven't they?
Well, all 7 points.
With 7.7 assists, 4 rebounds for him now.
With 7 points in the third quarter. Ramos for 3. And good fight from Gutierrez. And Manjada's come back in now. There's Calates on that previous play, so he will come out and get a break. Gutierrez thought it should have been Mexico ball. $11-point lead for Greece. Now Barusas, we saw this in the first half. Back out to Papapetru, hits the 3. And we didn't see much of that in the first half from Greece.
He missed a lot first half, Papapetru. That's why I think he looked to the heavens to say thank you, finally made one.
So Mexico going to try to hold it for 1. Gutierrez gets it to Ramos and puts it up and in with the left hand. So they finish trailing by 12 points here at the end of the third quarter. The Mexican fans trying to get their team, help their self-belief here. Still time. You see 3 three-pointers fall for Greece there in the quarter, but I mean, all you can think about is the vision. If you look at the stats of Antetokounmpo kind of catching the ball in the lane, way up in the air, and dunking it.
Catching the ball and scoring, making threes, blocking shots, laying it up, doing a bit of everything. You know, a lot of these highlights are going to be of him this quarter. He's had a tremendous, I mean, he just shows the star quality, his ability to change the game, which he's done right here. After struggling throughout the first half, Greece have just taken such a firm grip of this game now. And it's going to take a lot for Mexico to get back in. They've used up so much energy. Only made 9 threes, Mexico. I mean, Paco Cruz has 4 of them.
So 21 points for Antetokounmpo, along with 5 rebounds, 2 block shots. Doesn't have a steal, surprisingly. And from 3-point range, he is 3 of 5. I know we were kind of questioning his shot selection on one of those plays, but nevertheless, he's still 3 of 5 from 3-point range.
He shot it well. It's he does need to add it, you know, that's for sure, for him to take his game even further. But like I said, it's a matter of adding to what he's already got. We didn't see him get out in transition at all in that first half. He was exclusively a spot-up shooter. And if teams are able to make him a spot-up shooter, they've taken away, major parts of his offensive game.
So fourth quarter action underway. Mexico trying to rediscover the feel-good factor. And nice play from Gutierrez. Scores, gets it back to 10.
Tremendous. From him, he had Barusis in front of him. Often a guard will back it out at that point, but just went right around him.
Seconds on the shot clock. And Jarvis gets it to Barusis. Barusis goes at Gutierrez, faces a double team, forces it up, and Mexico get the ball. So good job. Zamora's coming in, giving some quality minutes. Now Mendez hit a couple of threes in the first half. Puts it up. And ball goes back over to Mexico. Five seconds only on the shot clock. Mendez for three. That's his shot. It's good. But that was a two. Must have had a foot on the line.
Great read from Mendez off the down screen. He tries to go through the middle. He flares. That's why he got the space.
Bruce's drives right down the lane, showing his quality.
It's a big child, isn't he, Barusis? He's such a big guy. Confident on the floor.
Gutierrez drives in, but travels. That was the three from, the two from Orlando Mendez. Seven turnovers apiece. Well, Mexico haven't given up the ghost yet. Mata back in the game. Manjadas for three. And Mata with the rebound. Now Gutierrez again looks to get inside, and Thanasis able to just kind of reach up with his hand and block the shot. Wasn't even in good position to block it. Mendez at the line. And good effort from Zamora. Now Mancharas has it back. Barusis hands it off to Thanasis. Antetokounmpo, and he's fouled. Number 4 on Mata.
He's had a tough night. Is it 4 fouls? Only played 9 minutes.
That seems to be his biggest issue, is the foul trouble.
Yeah. I'm going to leave him in now, though. Why not at this stage? I like this move as well, to get Cruz in without Giannis Antetokounmpo on the floor. See if you can get him going again. Get some points out of him before they sub back in.
Well, Mata's got the 4. Thanasis Antetokounmpo brings a lot of energy, especially on the defensive end. Makes 1 of 2 at the line. His brother's standing up, calling the play. Referee tells him to sit back down, and now a senseless turnover.
Just an incredible turnover. We've seen some, haven't we? Just, you know, unforced errors. Think of the one from Iran yesterday against Mexico, the 8-second violation late on.
Papapetru. Now Barousas. Will this be the last foul that Mata will spin? Nope. Holds his ground, but they don't box out. They don't keep Thanasis Antetokounmpo off the glass.
It's easy to say you've got to box him out, a lot harder to do. You can't allow him to sneak in there and get such an easy, uncontested shot.
And if we thought he was going to catch a break with Antetokounmpo on the bench, well, it's his brother that's guarding him.
It was, and missed the box out, just kind of got pushed out the way.
And Jaris picks up his 3rd foul. Papapetru goes for the steal. Hernandez, Mendez, pump fake, it's in the lane, over to a wide open Stoll. Go! Oh, that's all because Greece were running at the 3-point shooter, and they had a couple of guys doing it.
Boys from Orlando, Mendez though, to sell the fake, penetrate against the defense.
Mata comes out, doesn't want to give up the foul here. And again, they just simply can't keep Thanasis Antetokounmpo off the glass.
The problem is if you're going to get beaten on penetration, somebody has to come across and help. And often the man that comes to help, it's his guy that gets the rebound.
Hector Hernandez now, his chance to get the 3-pointer, and he does.
On trade baskets, Mexico got to get some stops.
Well, they got it back to 9. But you're right. They can't allow those 2nd and 3rd opportunities. And a reach and a foul called. Watch this, Barousas. This is the time before Antetokounmpo comes in.
And it is Paco Cruz that had to run across to try and get the to stop Barousas from scoring. He was the guy that should have been boxing out Antetokounmpo, and that's why he was so open on the offensive rebound.
So Barousas takes it back to a 10-point lead. They just have so many options in that low post.
Had a good production yesterday. 21 points and 8 rebounds between Barousas and Koufos. Today, let's have a quick look. Koufos has got 7 points. Barousas now with 14. So again, 21 points. Even better, they got 11 rebounds between them.
Hernandez with 7 on the shot clock. Gets it to Stoll. Oh, and Manjadas is there anticipating it. Boy, you cannot fault Antetokounmpo forever, can you? Thanasis Antetokounmpo, he is everywhere.
I mean, there's not an open passing lane with him on the floor either. You know, every pass in and around him is very, very difficult to make. He's got those long arms if he's guarding the ball. If he's away from it, you know, he sees every pass as an opportunity to steal.
Papapetru. So Mexico down 11 here, coming up with the 5-minute mark. Now Gutierrez posts up Thanasis and draws the foul. Maybe that's the best way to attack him, get him in a mismatch on the center. It's about the only thing I've seen him not be able to control.
I'm surprised he fouled him, though, to be honest. 19 fouls, yeah, which might be why. Thought he would try and just wait it out, see if he could block the shot.
Gutierrez back in the game. Paco Cruz, jump shot, no good.
Cruz has just scored 2 points since that first quarter.
Oh, they find Thanasis for a little alley-oop.
Beautiful pass, Papapetru. He's sold a little fake. And again, he's poised with the basketball.
Gutierrez. Cruz with the little runner. Great job from Gutierrez once again. Israel Gutierrez not giving up on it. And that was the alley-oop again. Look at this. There is you can't really take issue with anything that he brings to this team, can you?
I think he's a great guy to have coming off the bench. You know, he could be better, could shoot a bit better than he has in this tournament, but the energy, the enthusiasm, he looks like he's loving being here.
Exactly.
As well.
Paul Stoll, step back, three-pointer good. Showing you what he's all about. Paul Stoll, it's a couple of times he's done that. And he had the go-ahead three last night against Iran with about 1 minute and 15 left. Foul called on Jorge Gutierrez. Well, have we seen enough from Mexico to think they've got a chance if they go up against, if they end up losing this game and they go up against Italy?
I think Mexico have a chance against anybody. You know, they're the type of team that can cause an upset. I said yesterday they're never out of a game and they've never got control of a game. That's what I feel like. You know, they can be down 40, you give them a chance to come back. They could be up 40. You think the other team's got a chance, they could still get back against them. I think they're going to find a way to get all three guards working. Like Gutierrez, he didn't start today. I don't know if there is a problem, but it's almost like by not starting him, they're just taking him out of the game themselves. You know, he hasn't got into it at all. He's got 7 points, 3 assists, so still decent, but it just hasn't been a focal point at all, and they can't go with just Paco Cruz. They can't go with just one guy. I think they need the pair of them out on the floor.
You're going to say Hector Hernandez was in the lane, or no, Gutierrez too soon. So another attempt here for Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
You can't make mistakes like this. The turnover where no one was guarding you, that's 2 points given up, or 4 points potentially gave them 2. You lose 2 yourself, and extra 1 here as well.
Hernandez was looking over at the referee, the Ukraine referee, to say he's being pushed. Interesting how they police that, isn't it? Timeout. Greece up by 12.
That's just searching for excuses, really. So last roll of the dice, perhaps, for Mexico here. What can they change? They're still in it. They're not down that many. It's only 12 points. I know they've got great three-point shooters, so they can make from beyond the three-point line. You see their 10 threes they've made. They almost made as many threes as twos. So they have the potential to get back in the game. The question is, can they stop Greece enough?
They need to come up with a couple of turnovers. That would help them.
Used the zone once today.
Llegando tres de forma que bloqueemos aquí para Paul y vosotros aquí abiertos.
Yeah, maybe they don't want to play the zone today because they don't want their next opponent to see it.
Tú trabajas movimiento de recepción fuerte y dos arriba, dos arriba para buscar el movimiento en el lado contrario cuando aquí están haciendo el bloqueo. Cuando vamos al mano a mano.
Guys who can shoot, especially when the right lineups are on the floor for Greece, though. You could slip into a zone, try and give up the three-point shot, make sure you rebound, which is a hard task against Brusis and Koufos, but yeah, Yeah, I think that's something. And at this point, though, if you're Mexico, why not throw it in for a couple of minutes? They've got to change something. If they allow the game to just keep going the same, then they've got no chance. They've got to change something. Pressure, change your defense, do something slightly different offensively to get a spark. But if they just do what they've done, I think this is Greece's to lose. Well, it is Greece's to lose anyway, but I think this is Greece's. Greece will comfortably walk this one home.
With Gutierrez with a little floater. Now into Borussis. He's going to face the double. Hernandez tries to help, and Gutierrez really didn't need any help that time. Did a great job. And Gutierrez gets the foul. It's the 4th team foul from Greece.
Just 40 seconds of time, though. Mexico, they got no close-up. It was a play that we'd seen them run a lot yesterday. Haven't run too much today. Gutierrez got a good look, could knock it down, but then defensively they didn't do anything, did they? Just allow Borussis to take a shot that he happened to miss.
Offensive foul on Gutierrez. Fourth foul on him. And a technical foul also has been called on Valdeolmillos. The Spanish did not go unheard of by the Puerto Rican referee. So it doesn't hurt him in the end. Gutierrez is talking with his assistant, trying to figure out a way to turn this thing around here in the last 3 minutes. Ramon Diaz and Jonathan Villegas are his assistant coaches. So another foul, another opportunity for Borussis at the free throw line. Greece now 19 of 26 at the line. You can see they've really attacked down low, and Gutierrez comes out. The foul was on Paul Stoll. So Mexico, regardless of what happens here, how will they, it'll be interesting to see how they respond. They should be able to draw some encouragement from this performance overall.
I think the thing for Mexico is they're going to play against Italy. There'll be a huge crowd here. And Mexico tend to like that environment.
Traveling on Paco Cruz. So as good as he was in the first half, the Antetokounmpo brothers are just kind of taking him out here in the second.
It's just their third period. It's just changed the game, hasn't it? 27-13. Greece won it. They took Cruz out of the game by putting Giannis Antetokounmpo on him as well. They got out in transition. Everything worked for them. And really, it's the only 10 minutes where Greece have played kind of at their potential.
Oh, the alley-oop to Thanasis Antetokounmpo. It really is kind of becoming a 1-2 punch for Greece, isn't it?
Incredible look for Mangiaris. They saw him along the baseline, and they Giannis on the sideline liked that one, didn't he?
Hector Hernandez, short. And Paul Stoll called for the foul, stepping in front of him. Here was, again, the alley-oop. Paul Stoll was underneath there. He's not going to be able to do too much except try to box him out of that position. Bruce has played well. He comes out of the game, 16 points, 9 rebounds. Just leave him in, coach. Let him get a rebound, then bring him out.
They've had some good performances, haven't they? Giannis, 12 points, 2 rebounds. Giannis, of course, 21 points and 5 rebounds. Bruce has played well. And then the 7 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds for Kalafis as well.
But it took a very determined effort by Greece in the third quarter to get on top of this Mexico team. So that just goes to show you better come ready to play against Mexico.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we were lulled into thinking maybe it wasn't going to be quite as difficult as it turned out to be, just by the way that Mexico had played yesterday. But they are dangerous.
And by the way that Greece have played as well. Against Iran, the offense was very good for 40 minutes. It hasn't been today.
There's Paco Cruz. And that's important for him. He needs to get that feel-good factor back, doesn't he? So Thanasis Antetokounmpo comes out of the game, replaced by Gravanis, or no, by Haralambopoulos. Congratulations all the way around down there for the older Antetokounmpo, Thanasis. And Bogris also in the game. We're really going to have some exciting semifinals. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
For sure. Really
the only problem is we've got to wait a day to watch them. I'd rather come back tomorrow.
It's a day to let the teams get even better, though, Jeff.
To rest up.
Yeah.
And look at Giannis talking to older bro. Great story. Great stories all the way around. Free throws in this quarter, 11 of 13 for Greece, 85%.
But you just look at the overall number. Greece shot 32 foul shots, incredible. Mexico shot only 10.
And the ball. Oh, nice play. So again, Paco Cruz, and it is important for him, isn't it, to kind of. I don't think his confidence probably was ever shaken by his confrontations.
No, but he's played so well in that first quarter. It's good for him, like you say, to remember how well he played by finishing the game strongly. 18 now. Tournament average, right on track.
He's a scorer, no doubt about it. 19 points, 14-point deficit. Agravanis puts up a 3. Good. Shoots it very well, the 21-year-old.
After their woes from beyond the three-point line, they've improved them a little bit, haven't they? They're 7 of 17 now, over 40% for the game.
Oh, nice. No look inside the Mata, but the Mata, well, he has to get it back, and he draws the foul. Well, it looks like Mata's going to be able to finish the game. We thought he might be fouling out. 42 seconds to go.
He's only played 13 minutes, so that's why he finished the game, which is just such a shame for Mexico.
Look at Valdumio still over there coaching. He knows that he's got to get his guys on the same page. Get to the knockout round. They sort of faced that do-or-die situation yesterday. They probably believe they need to beat Iran to get into that semifinal.
I mean, I think if you said coming into Mexico they beat Iran, they lose to Greece, that's what they probably would have expected. Coming into the tournament, their eyes will be on that semi-final matchup, that's for sure. You know, if they're able to win the semi-final, this game means nothing to them. The same way if they'd won today and then they lose the semi-final, this game means nothing. So.
Oh, over to Bogris now. And Bogris misses, gets it back, puts it up and in. Bogris. And Gutierrez. It's a 19-point deficit. Geddes takes the three, finally gets it to go. Could have used it earlier. So Greece will finish first. Mexico will finish second. Greece will have to wait and see what happens in the next game to find out who the semifinal opponent will be. It'll either be Tunisia or Croatia. Mexico know they'll face Italy in the semifinals. So 86-70, Greece have won it against Mexico, pulling away in the third quarter.
Well, they only needed one quarter, and they needed one man, which is that guy there, Giannis Antetokounmpo. 21 points, five rebounds, and a lot of that damage in the third quarter where he was superb. That's really the quarter where Greece opened up this lead and just made the game very comfortable for themselves. It wasn't a 40-minute performance like we saw against Iran, really, but they did enough to advance.
Well, the 12 Guerreros, at least they know they'll be coming back. And so will Greece. As you look at the stats, it's been a, they had to really battle, but they came out, and look at that. You can't see it. Giannis Antetokounmpo practicing his three-point shooting now. He finished with 21 points to lead the way. Bruce has had the 16 with 9 rebounds. Cruz finished with 19 points. All in all, a good game, just put away in the third quarter. So later tonight, it'll be Tunisia and Italy. Here are the standings then for Group A. Greece finished first, Mexico second with 1 win against Iran. And then Iran, obviously they were already eliminated when they lost yesterday to Mexico. So that's it, one last time, 86-70, Greece beat Mexico.